How exciting you're considering purchasing a second home in Southwest Florida. I'm personally thrilled, but what are some of the considerations that you need to be thinking about when deciding to purchase a second home in Florida? That's what we're going to talk about. Because Southwest Florida, after all, offers stunning beaches, lush landscapes, and a wealth of recreational opportunities. It's a dream destination for those seeking a second home. But before you take the plunge and invest in your slice of paradise, and it is a slice of paradise, there are several crucial factors to consider. This vlog is going to guide you through the key aspects of buying a second home in Southwest Florida, or more specifically, Naples, Florida, perhaps, ensuring that your investment is both enjoyable and financially sound. So we're going to start with location. Whether it's beachfront or inland, you want to determine what you prefer in your property. Do you want something more inland? Do you want something more beachfront? While beachfront does offer breathtaking views, they can also be significantly pricier and may require higher maintenance costs and ongoing maintenance. Another thing to think through is proximity to amenities. So consider your lifestyle. What do you envision doing with your free time? And what is the proximity to those amenities, whether it's shopping or dining? I'm not talking necessarily about just amenities within your immediate community, which there may be, but broader things that you're going to spend your time driving to. Golf courses, healthcare facilities. Naples, Fort Myers, Sarasota, and surrounding areas offer a variety of options. You've got to decide how important it is to be close to or far from some of those things. Another area is climate zone. Research the climate zone in Southwest Florida. While it's known for its pleasant weather, hurricane season can bring challenges. So not only does hurricanes sometimes affect us, not arguably as much as some areas, even outside of Florida these days it seems, but also think about what the weather pattern does during the year. Whereas up north, you may hibernate in the winter to stay away from snow. You may find some Florida people hibernate in the summer because they want to make sure that they aren't out there in the hottest, most humid days. Now, if it's your second home, that may be a non-issue because you may only be here during certain times of the year. So familiarize yourself with what the weather and patterns are like with hurricane preparedness and insurance options, and be thinking about it because your complexity might be a little bit greater if it's not your full-time home, because you may not be physically present during those seasons. And so you've got to make sure you have the infrastructure and support to protect your house even when you're not here. Budget and financing is a big one. Arguably, I probably should have put that up top, but you always hate to start there, right? Determine what the affordability is. What is your budget? Factoring in not only the purchase price, but also things like association fees, property taxes, insurance, maintenance. All of those things add to your cost of ownership, and you need to consider them. You know, it happens, I won't say often, we'll do it sporadically. How about that? And I get the call, and I don't blame them, so I'm not making fun of anybody, but I'm pointing it out because it's so true to this area. People will start out excited. They have their budget, and they've always dreamed of their second home. Some of the first call to me will be something like, I'd like to get close to the beach. In fact, walking distance would be great. My budget is $450,000 or $550,000, and I want a single family home with a pool. And it's the most awkward first conversation because I have to figure out how I'm going to unravel their expectations to overlay what that budget actually affords them in the Naples area. There's no question, although we're not the most expensive area in Florida, nor are we the most expensive area in the US. There are far more expensive places that you could live. It is expensive to live here. And so what you may be accustomed to, what your budget buys in another place, may be very different. So if you've got a $550,000 budget, you're not going to end up in a single family home walking distance to the water with a pool. It's just not going to happen. You might not even be able to afford a condo within walking distance to the Gulf, but you might be able to use that $550,000 budget to get a single family home further out east, or to get a condo. So be thinking about that budget and financing piece of it. Separate to that is financing. So if you are going to have to borrow money to purchase, another consideration is making sure that you explore financing options, as they may differ from those in your primary residence. Interest rates, loan terms, and down payment requirements can vary, and they are not always the same for second homes as they are for first homes. So make sure you're talking to a qualified lender that you're familiar with, that you trust, to guide you through that area, if you will. Property type, are you looking for condos? Are you looking for single family homes? Decide whether a condo, a villa, a single family home suits your lifestyle and maintenance preferences. Condos often come with association fees that cover exterior maintenance, but sometimes single family homes do too. There are many communities in gated areas where the single family home may include lawn maintenance. I always say nothing's free, so whether you're giving the money to the association to take care of those things, or you're taking care of those things out of your budget on a monthly or annual basis, you're still responsible for paying for the costs associated with the dwelling you live in. So think about all those things. The other thing I always say is some people think the only way to get maintenance free is to go into a condo. I live in a single family home and I outsource everything. So my living experience is very maintenance free. I don't do yard work. I don't clean my pool. I pay someone, but I don't have the association in the middle of that. Also think about new versus existing. Consider whether you want to buy a new construction or a resale property. New builds may offer modern amenities, but they may also come with a higher price tag or may not be as readily available, or timing may be a consideration. Maybe you don't have time to wait for the new build process. If you're an investor, think about rental potential. You may want to rent out your second home, so make sure that you're researching potential rental income. Southwest Florida's tourist appeal can make it a somewhat lucrative real estate market, but I tell people, for the most part, I wouldn't consider on making a profit off of your rental, because in many cases you don't, but it could be a great way to offset costs or cover your carrying costs. If you're going to do that, also make sure you familiarize yourself with vacation rental rules. In Florida and in our area in particular, the associations, homes that are in associations, or whether it's condo or single family or villa or townhouse, whatever you have, do often have restrictions on how often you can rent your property and the minimum number of days each lease must be. Naples is very much around wanting to keep this a residential feeling place and not a high tourist spring break town, and one of the ways they do that is through their rental restrictions. Property management. Local property management will help you manage the property, so decide whether you're going to manage your property yourself or hire a local property management company, also known as Home Watch, Property Watch. Those folks can help handle maintenance. They can do guest check-ins if you're doing rentals in some cases. They may secure cleaning. They're going to check on your property and make sure nothing is going bad with it while you're gone. Those are all things that not only can be a benefit in terms of peace of mind, but they can also actually help insurance costs. So keep that in mind. Insurance considerations. Flood and hurricane insurance, due to Florida's susceptibility to hurricanes and flooding, you may be required to have certain insurance coverage. And I can tell you this past year, as we've gotten through now 2 hurricanes and everything that comes with that, that insurance coverage costs have gone up, not just for flood insurance, but general homeowners insurance. So make sure that you are considering that to protect your investment. Another consideration is thinking through homeowners association. If your property is in an HOA, understand what insurance is provided by the association versus what you need to cover. And this is mostly going to be with multifamily, so but it can vary depending on a villa versus a townhouse versus a carriage house versus a condo that you might think of as an apartment style. Think about the residency and tax implications. Understand what requirements exist in Florida for tax purpose. as it may impact your overall financial situation. Are you going to keep your homestead up where your primary house is, or are you going to move it to Florida? A lot of people decide to declare their domicile in Florida and be here 6 months in a day to get the tax advantages of not having any state income taxes, whether you're actively working or maybe pulling a pension or other things. Be thinking about property taxes. Be aware that property tax rates and exemptions exist and what those are for the area. Florida offers homestead exemption for primary residences that can lower your tax obligation under your property tax. We've also got Save Our Homes, which is a tax cap that takes the higher of 3% or the consumer price index, and it caps your appreciation in any given year. Another thing to think about is local lifestyle and community. So explore the amenities offered by the various different communities that you're interested in, such as golf courses, community pools, social clubs. Pickleball's a big one nowadays. The last item I would say is the local culture. Immerse yourself into the local culture and activities from, whether it's festivals like seafood festivals, whether it's going to art galleries, whether it's the botanical gardens, whether it's going to museums or theater or philharmonics. Make sure that the area you're moving to aligns with your interest and lifestyle. One of the things that Naples is not known for is being a big nightlife place. If you're a big nightlife person, Naples could very well not be a great match for you. You might want to do Fort Lauderdale or Miami, where the nightlife is bustling. Things tend to shut down a little earlier here. So when you're thinking about buying a second family home or a second home, whether it's family or not, I guess, in Southwest Florida, it obviously can be a very rewarding investment. It offers the opportunity to come and enjoy your time, relax in a tropical lifestyle. Just be careful that you are giving consideration to the location, the budget, the property type, the rental potential, insurance, local factors. It's crucial in making the right decision for you. With the right research and planning, as well as a qualified, experienced, and committed real estate agent, which I'd be happy to be for you, your second home in Southwest Florida can become your personal paradise, providing both enjoyment and potential long-term financial benefits. So if you're looking for a real estate agent to help you navigate these waters, no pun intended, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thanks so much.